In this question, we are given that there is a 3-digit code for a certain lock which uses the digit 1 to 9 according to the following constraints. So let's write down the constraints first. Now the first constraint is that the first digit cannot be 0 or 1. So 0 and 1 are not permissible to be the first digit. The second constraint is that the second digit, it must be equal to 0 or 1. And the third constraint is that the third digit cannot be, and the third constraint is that the second and third digit cannot be 0 in the same code. So, cannot be 0, second and third. So, keeping these in mind, we have to find out the different possibilities of codes that are available. So, let's move on to step 2 and understand how to solve this question. Now, let's use the fundamental counting principle to solve this question easily. So, there are 3 digits and we make 3 place holders for them. Since we have to exclude the digits 0 and 1 from the set of digits available, the first place can be filled in 8 ways. Now, the second place can be either 0 or 1, and depending on the second digit, we have to determine the third digit. Now, from this you should be able to infer that it is essential for you to break this into 2 cases. So, the case 1 will be when the second digit is equal to 0, and the case 2 will be when the second digit is equal to 1. So let's proceed and solve these cases in step 3. So in case 1, when we take the second digit to be equal to 0, we have the 3 places and we know that the first place can be filled in 8 ways. Now the second place has to be filled with a 0, so it can be filled in only one way, since this place needs to have a 0. Then the third place can have 1 and the remaining 8 digits. That means there are a total options of 9 digits available for the third place. Now this gives us that we can arrange such numbers in 72 ways. Now let's move on to case 2, where the second digit is equal to 1. Then in the 3 places, the first place can be filled in 8 ways. Since the second digit needs to have 1, it can be filled in one way. And the last digit can be filled in 10 ways, since we can include the zeros now. This gives us 80 ways. So the total number of codes that are possible will be equal to 72 plus 80, which is equal to 152 ways, which is our option B.